everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in our previous video we learned the paragraph, title, heading, break, bold, tag, and we did two exercises as well. In the lesson 1 we did one exercise, and in lesson 2 we did another exercise. In lesson 2 we learned how to insert button tags, images, anchor tag. Today we are going to learn the input fields, div tag, which is an important tag, ordered list, and an unordered list. So this is your third video in this HTML course. If you have missed the first two videos, I recommend you to go and watch them first. So let's continue building your HTML skills from beginner to advanced level, step by step. And if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, make sure to subscribe the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Okay, to start today's lesson, let's open a file. So by clicking this, you can create a file. We learned this in our lesson 1 video. So let's name it as lesson 3. And let's close this. Then let's create the structure. Let's close these as well. So by now you all know how to create the structure. Doc type HTML, next HTML, and inside HTML comes the head tag. So once the head tag is closed, you can give the body tag. And to add space, you can click the tab button. Now let's open this in our web browser. Lesson 3. When you code, the results can be seen in this web page. So let's start div. What is div? Div is like a container. Okay, now think div. Div is like a container or a lunchbox. So it's a container, right? Just like we put food inside lunchbox, we can put HTML elements inside div. So I think I'm having two containers. One to put fruits and one to put my vegetables, so that it can be easily grouped. That in the container A I have vegetables and container B I have fruits. So it's easy for me to organize that. I know later when I'm finding that container A has vegetables and container B has fruits. Something like that. Div. Inside div we can put elements. And div does not change how things look by itself. When we use the button tag, we could open a button, but we didn't learn it to make clickable. We can study to make buttons clickable in when we learn JavaScript. We will learn that later. So while opening the button, we opened a button in our web page. And when we use the anchor tag, we can insert a link. Like that, div does not make change how things look by itself, but it is very useful when we use CSS. Now after this course, we will learn CSS. Then for that, div is very important. It plays a major role. It helps, so div helps to organize and structure a web page. Now think this is a web page. Think this is your web page. Okay, this is your web page, and in a web page usually it has many sections. We'll assume you have a header, you have a content part and a footer. Usually mainly you will see these three parts, no? So let me write it. Header, and here we have the content, and we have a footer. So usually web page come with these 3 sections. Sometimes you can see there are sidebars. Mainly it comes with this. So mainly it comes with these 3 sections. We know all the header should come inside this. All the header elements part, all the header code should come inside this. So for this we will open one div tag. We will open one div tag and we will close it. We will close it here. And next to div tag we will open for the content, and all the content code will come inside that, and then we will close it. And then we will open a new div tag for the footer. Like this. We are opening, we have 3 containers. Okay, we have 3 containers. Okay. One, we add all the header elements, and we close, and then we open a new container, and then here we insert all the content codes and close it. Here we insert all the footer and close it. It doesn't make any change, but it helps to structure and lay out the page, and it will be very useful when we learn JavaScript. So div is very important tag to group each section separately. You can group each section separately. In CSS you can apply design. So think I want to make the header part fully pink. I want to make the header background, only the header background pink. Then I can use the div and apply this change. Because div is there, I can do this change. And content part I want to keep it plain, then I can use. So div helps to organize the code. It helps to make the physical layout, but it doesn't change anything. Now let's start coding using div. So you know you have to code in the body part to make it visible in the web page. I taught those in the lesson 1, first lesson. Let's take a basic example. We'll put div. Okay, inside div I'm going to code. Okay, this is the way div has an opening and a closing tag. I'll put a heading, my pet, and I'm going to write a sentence using paragraph tag. I'm going to write a sentence using paragraph tag. I have a cute cat. Okay, then go to your web page, go to your web page, refresh. You can see it hasn't made any change. See, if I remove this div tag, still it will be the same, right? Refresh, still it will be the same, but div tag helps to structure, organize our codes. So we know this section we need to use it. So I'll insert. So whatever need to be section, it should come inside, right? Now to understand div very well, in the lesson 2 we did an exercise dog.html. Let's open that. See dog. We did this exercise in our lesson 2 after learning images, buttons and tags. So we will use this. So what we will do is we will now use div and section this. First take a paper and a pen and draw it roughly, and then you all can sectionize. Let's see how to do this. So we'll check by section. We will check how many div tags we need for this web page. So let's draw. Here for the head, this heading we need one section, one div tag. For this heading we need one div tag, right? Now next for the image. Now here we will open the div tag and we will close, and then we will open another div tag for this image. We will open another div tag and close, insert the image and then close that div tag. Next, we will take another div tag for this sentence. Dogs are loyal animals. They love to play with humans and they are known as dog's best friend. We will open another div tag and insert this sentence and close it. Next, we will need another div tag for this button. We will open, insert the button and close the div. And next, we will need another div tag for this link, and we will open, insert and close. Now see, we have grouped all the related contents. Usually we group all the related contents together, so it becomes, the code becomes clean and organized. So here this page has different parts. So dog name is one section, image is another section, button is another section, link is another section. So instead of keeping everything, now I'll show this code. I hope you all can remember. So see, we need five div tags, right? We need 5 div tags, and again I'm explaining. Dog is one div section, image is another div section, button, the sentence is another section, dog is another, link is another. That means we will group all the related parts together so our code becomes clean and organized. Wait, I'll show you the code. So if you all can remember, in our lesson 2 we code this. This is the code, right? Can you remember dog.html? Now see all these codes. This is the code. This is the code, right? This is the code. See, all the codes are mixed. Instead, we can wrap it using the div containers. We can wrap the related codes together. So let's start wrapping this. Let's wrap this, sectionize this web page using div. So first let's copy this code and then open a file. Let's name it as lesson 3 underscore dog.html. Okay, and let's close this and let's paste this code. Okay, and let's first open let's paste this code and let's open this in our web browser. See, lesson 3 dog. Okay, now I'll close this. We don't need that. Now we are going to open for heading a div tag. Okay, heading is one section. So copy and cut it. Div. So in between the div opening and closing tag, in between this opening and closing tag, you will paste the heading. Close these as well. Okay. You can, in between this you can leave a space. Okay. In between this div opening and closing tag, I will paste the heading tag. So that is one section. Next, the image. Image is another section. Copy that and open another div tag. Then automatically it will assign the closing tag as well. Between this tag, so in between this div tag, in between this opening and closing second div tag, we will paste the image. Okay. Next, the paragraph. Actually, we have written a sentence using the paragraph tag. Copy that. Open another div tag. Paste the paragraph. Okay. That's another section. Good. We will open another div tag. Okay. We will copy the button and paste it in between the, always paste it in between the opening and the closing tag. Leave the break as it is, and then we will open another div tag, the last div tag for the to add our link. That's another section, the last section. So you can see the results. The results won't change. See, it's the same thing. It has now, see, by doing this, what did we gain? Now our web page is not just random elements, it's properly structured using div section. Now we know this is one section, this is another section. It is properly structured using div sections, and later when we use CSS, we can apply styles. So later when we study CSS, we can apply styles separately for each and every section. So if I want to make this section, only this section part, only the heading part, I want to give a background of pink, then I can only apply for this section because I have div. Now we have organized our web page using div by right now, but right now it still looks simple. So later when we use CSS, we can apply styles for each section separately. So this is the real power of div, to apply styles for CSS. We can make it look like a physical layout. Okay, since we are done with div tags, since we learned div tags, now let's learn the input field. Lesson 3 HTML. Close this, and I can close this as well. So input field is a box. You might have seen it's a box where user can type something. For example, they might ask your name. So you can type your name inside this box. Or they might ask your email, password, or any information. You might see sometimes you have to type your password or your phone number. So those box is called an input field. So let's see how to create those. So first you have to go, now here I'll write it here, input. When you the field is input, and you can see it's a void element. So input is a void element. Now go to your web page and wait, we have to open that again. Go to lesson 3, double click, and I'll close these. Okay, you can see here we have got something like this. You can enter anything in here, right? This is called an input field, right? This input tag is a void element, which means you all know right now what is a void element. Void element don't have a closing tag. Like we learned many void elements, right? We have learned the doc type is a void element. Again, if you go to lesson 1, we learned break tag is a void element. So we learned those. There are sentence like inside this, you all might have seen there is a light sentence, enter your name, right? That is called a placeholder. Now let's learn placeholder. So placeholder is a small hint text. That means it say enter your name. Then you know you have to enter your name. It's a small hint text shown inside the input field. So it helps the user to understand what are they asking, what to type inside the box. So user gets an idea what I have to type inside the box. So here you all don't know what to type in, like this box you all don't know what to type. So you all have to insert a placeholder. So think I'm asking for the name, then you can put placeholder, enter your name, right? And go to your web page, refresh. You can see it's now you get an idea what they are asking for. Now we'll if you want to change this, now let's write another placeholder. We can break it to take the next input field to the next line. We'll ask for the email. input, you have to write placeholder. Inside this double quotes, you can write that word can be shown in the box. Enter your email and close it. Go to your web page, refresh, you can see. And to leave more space, you can use another break tag, but later when we study CSS, we will learn another CSS property for this. So placeholder gives instruction or hint for the user inside the input field. So placeholder is not actually an input data, it only guides the user. It guides the user. Here it guides the user to enter the name. Here it guides the user to enter the email. Now let's a submit button beside this. Now right now you all know how to draw a submit, how to insert a submit button. Okay, try to pause the video and do that. So beside this you have to put button and you can type submit. So you can see there is a submit button. Okay, beside this we'll also put enter submit button, so you don't need to put break. If you type break, it will go to the next line. So type yeah, so you can give space in between break if you need your codes to be clear. Okay. Next we will learn ordered and unordered list. So what is ordered and unordered list? So a list is used to display multiple items below each other. You all might have seen list. There are lists in web page. So these input fields also there are in many web page. Buttons, yeah, we learned it. And lists are also there in some web page. It depends. Okay. So a list used to display multiple items one below another. In HTML, we mainly have ordered list and unordered list. So what is an ordered list? So let's learn ordered list first. So ordered list stands for OL. OL means ordered list. Okay. So ordered list is a list with numbers. It gives numbers. Like if you want to do something in order. For example, you want to wake up morning, brush your teeth, go to school. So you perform this in order. So we use ordered list. So this is the let's write it. Let's write the task. What do you need to do? You need to wake up. You need to wake up. You need to brush your teeth. I'll quickly write it. And go to school. So you need to do this in order, right? So something to do in order, we use ordered list. Now here for that, in between OL only we write this. In between OL we open something called LI, right? So what is LI? LI means a list item. LI means a list item. So in between this opening and closing LI, we write, in between this opening and closing LI, we write the item what we need to do. So wake up. Next I will open another list item for this one. So for each and everything I need to open a list item. So for this I have to open one list item and close it. Again I need another list item for this, and I will put brush the teeth in between the opening and closing LI tag and close it. Again another LI tag for this, like this. Wait, I'll show. LI brush teeth. Next LI go to school. I refresh, you can see they have given numbers. They have given numbers. So because it's in order, OLI, between this open and closing tag, between this OL is ordered list. No, so between this opening and closing ordered list, you have to open LI for each and every item you insert. And what about now, what if I want to take here, instead of this number, if I want to take an alphabet, how can I take? Then you have to go to this opening OL tag, ordered list tag, and type the word, so you have to type the word type, okay, and you can from here you can choose A, then it will give in capital ABC order. Refresh, you can see. So make sure you have pressed the auto save, and if you want to change here for simple A, it will give the option. You can click this, refresh, and even Roman numbers you can give. This can be only performed in ordered list, right? Roman numbers, this Roman number and other one. So you can choose anything what you need. Now let's check unordered list. Unordered list give bullet points. So it's UL. So inside UL you have to use LI and type the items. Now think we need fruits. So fruits doesn't have order. So fruits, usually fruits we don't enter in an order, no, unless if you need an alphabetical order. So think, now let's enter fruits. Apple, will enter LI. Mango, and will enter LI. LI is list items. Pineapple, and go here, refresh. You can see here it gives bullet items, right? Here you use UL, and in between UL opening and closing you can put the LI for each and every list items and enter. So this is the way you have to enter unordered list. So today we mainly discuss div, how to use div. Div is used to section, group similar elements. Then we'll learn the input field, then ordered and unordered list. Now based on this we will do an exercise. So based on this we will do this 7-day study plan. Name, you all can enter your name. Name Tom. Goal, learn HTML. Duration 7 days, and here there is an input field, but this input field won't work. So to make it work we will study JavaScript later and make the website interactive. Next, daily routine, and they have used, now right now you all have to know what is this, what type of list, ordered or unordered. It's an ordered list with type, alphabetical order, simple A, and then weekly revision, again a ordered list with Roman numbers. So pause the video and start coding. Start coding this 7-day study plan. So first what you have to do is open a file. So right now you all know how to open a file. So you'll have to go and click this, and let's type study plan. Okay, click enter. You can click like this as well, and close this, and let's close lesson3.html. Okay, now let's write the structure. Now you all know how to write the structure. HTML and head. Okay, after the head tag, you all know the body tag comes. So let's write the body tag. Close it. Okay. And let's open this in a web browser. Click here, you can see studyplan.html. Let's keep like this so it's easy to compare. First, we are going to change the title. You all know right now how to change the title. So title should be placed in the head tag. So let's type title and you have to name the title as 7-day study plan. Let's check what's the title. Yeah, 7-day plan. Let's write it. Okay, and make sure you have pressed the auto save. If not, time to time you have to save. And now it's studyplan.html. Once you refresh, it will turn to 7-day study plan. Now think how many div you might need for this. Now, how many div this web page? Think of that. So here we need only one div for this entire uh, web page. We need only one a div to group all the web page content together. So here we are using one div because these all contents are related to study plan. The name, goal, duration and the input field, these are all related to 7-day study plan. So we can use only one div. So here we are using one div. So inside one div, we can code all of these. So it's easy to sectionize. So let's start coding. Let's keep our web page also like this. It's easy to compare. Okay, inside the body, we'll code div. So inside div only, we will start coding. So first, I think we need a header tag. Right, to name the 7-day study plan, this we need a header. So we'll use H1 and we have to use the underline as well. So H1 and in between I'm using underline. 7-day study, okay, day I think it's capitalized. Day study plan. You all can take a screenshot of this and do. Okay, let's see. You can see that the heading is bit large, so we'll make it to H2. Let's make to H2 and compare. So if you change the opening tag, please change the closing tag as well. And now let's see. Okay, now perfect. Now we need a paragraph tag to type the name, goal, duration. Now you all might be wondering, do we need one or do we need three? So we need one. You know why? Because here the space in between name and goal will be more if you use two paragraph tag. I'll show you. Now I'll show an example. Okay. For this, you can do like that, backspace and take it, or you can use the tab button. Okay. Now I'll use paragraph tag. I'll name hi and hello. Okay, I just wanted to show if you use two paragraphs tag, the space between the line is more. Right here, see. It takes more space in between the two words. But instead, now here we don't need more space. Here you can see we don't need more space. But instead, if you use a break tag, I did this in my previous video also, but it's fine. I'm doing this as well. You can see it takes less space. Almost there is no space in between these two words. So we need something like that. So we will use uh, one paragraph tag and name, goal, duration. We will make it bold. Okay, let's delete it. Can press backspace. Yeah. Okay, let's type paragraph and now we need name bold. So inside in between paragraph tag we will write B and whatever need to be bold we will write between the opening and closing tag. Name, only the word name and this only the word name should be bold. So I will write this. Then the word Tom should not be bold. I will write it after after closing the bold tag. Okay, now let's see. Perfect. Now we need to break so that the goal comes to the next line. If not, goal would come beside name. So let's take a breaking tag. And next I will open another B. So bold and goal. The word which should be bold, I will write it. Goal is to learn HTML. Learn HTML. Okay. Next again bold. Bold is duration. I need the duration word only that to be bold. Then after the closing the bold tag, I will write 7 days. Go to your web page, refresh. See here what I have done. I haven't given the break-in tag. I have to give the break-in tag. If not, you will get something like this. Okay. Now okay. Okay, now perfect. Next, we need an input field. Enter today's topic. We have to give that as the placeholder. Input placeholder. Enter today's topic. Okay, let's go and refresh. Perfect. Now we need daily routine. You can see this is also a heading. We can give this H3 and check. Let's start. H3 daily routine. Refresh. Sorry. Okay. Next you have to give a ordered list, and there should be 3 LI for these 3. Wake up, study HTML, practice coding. Let's start. Inside ordered list, what is the type you should give? Type is simple A, right? Type, you can give A, okay. And LI, you can leave space if you need in between the heading to make it clear. Wake up, then close the LI. The next list you have to write. Open another list tag, li tag, and then write study HTML. Then once it's closed, next li, what should you write? Practice coding. See, okay. Next one, practice coding. Perfect. Now you can see daily routine and weekly revision both have same size, font size. So we can use H3 for weekly revision as well. So let's write. Okay, if you need this li more space, you can select it and press the tab button. And then you can make it nice. You can give some space. Sorry, not H4. Okay, H3 weekly. Weekly, what is it? Weekly revision. Okay, weekly revision. Now you have to give the ordered list, the Roman numbers. Let's start. First, you have to have two LI, revise previous lesson and do the exercise.
Okay. Again, I'm saying if you haven't pressed here auto save, then it won't show the results. You have to manually save. So better to click the auto save, and then when you refresh, you can see the result. Okay, so see, our one is perfect. Okay, what we have done is perfect. So today, we have learned. Let's see what we. So today we have learned the div tag, which is an important tag, then input field, the ordered list, unordered list, and we learned how to use a light tag in between. And also we did an exercise with and we did exercise with what we have learned. So I hope this lesson was helpful for you. Make sure to subscribe my YouTube channel so that you don't miss the next video. Thank you. Let's meet in the next video.